you did write a book on the Wadiyars, and Mysore is has always been seen as the cultural capital of Karnataka.
Yeah.
So my question to you would be that what prompted you to write the book on Wadiyars? And Wadiyars themselves have a very complicated past. While you were doing your research, did you go through did you stumble upon facts or things that you didn't expect to find there, had an aha moment, or, oh, fancy that kind of a moment? Would you like to share with us?
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic question. And so I often say my journey into writing and history has been serendipitous. I never planned it. It was a very, very happy accident. I was a boy of about 12 or 13 years of age, studying in school, hating history the way it was taught. Almost every history class meant kneeling down outside. I received such harsh punishments, basically for messing up history, and for which especially my mother had to go to the history teacher and the school several times and fight and so on. So today, to even imagine that I'm a historian is quite a shocker for most people, particularly my school teachers. But around that time, if you remember, in the 90s, you had this serial called The Sword of Tipu Sultan on Doordarshan. Yes, produced by Sanjay Khan. And that serial, I think, upset a lot of apple cart, because in its portrayal of the Mysore royal family, the Wodeyar Maharaja was shown as an obese regard who was dancing with
corpulent figure.
And dancing with the court dancer, and totally emasculated and so on. And then this Maharani was shown as this very conniving woman who's always conspiring and so on. And about that, I think there were lots and lots of protests in different parts of Karnataka, particularly southern Karnataka, which was the erstwhile Mysore state, where after so many years after the dynasty ceased to be in power, it's still held in a lot of regard and reverence for the wonderful work that the Wodeyar family did. A lot of firsts to their credit. Probably the first industries and the base for Karnataka's socio-economic and cultural development that was established by the Wodeyars under rulers like Nalvadi Krishnaraj Wodeyar and Jayachamraj Wodeyar, some of the very, very far-sighted divans like Sir Rangacharlu, Sir Mirza Ismail, Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, who went on to become Bharat Ratna, Sir Sheshadri Iyer. So several such stalwarts, Albion Banerjee and others. So to show a kingdom which had this kind of contemporary regard was something that was very, very deeply problematic. And so there were spontaneous protests in different parts of the state. And if you remember, there was also the studio had caught fire, and I think Sanjay Khan's,
he had an accident, and there was a scar which he had to cover up during the...
Yeah, and the popular myth that was doing the round was this was the curse of the Wadiyar, and so you had portrayed him in a bad way, and so he was paying the price. So as this teenager who was looking at all of this, who, as I said, hated history in school, there was something about it which moved me, and I don't know what it was, that I decided that I need to find out the truth behind this false representation, and it was a completely self-funded, self-motivated, self-initiated, journey. And which began more almost like a family project. My parents and my maternal grandmother and all of them would accompany me. Almost every vacation meant going to Mysore, meeting people of the royal family, meeting some historians there, rummaging palace archives, reading books, to first find out about that particular king and queen, Immadi Krishnaraj Wodeyar and Rani Lakshmi Ammanni. They were the two people who were shown the way they were in that serial. So, and never really, Pujitaji, with the idea that I should write a book about it, or I should become a historian or whatever else. It was just this childish curiosity and an inquiry for truth. which led me there. And slowly that inquiry, it turned into some kind of a madness, an obsession, where the interest lingered on for 10 long years, even as I did other things in life, like my engineering and my master's in mathematics or MBA or whatever else. This obsession for Mysore, its history, continued to remain. And I kept going there. I collected so much information. It was just a very informal scrapbook kind of a thing that I put together. I was also good in childhood at painting and making portraits. So a lot of sitting in the palace, it would be making portraits of all these Maharajas and so on. That's all it was. And after 10 years, when there was so much information gathered on the 600 years of the Wadiyar history, one of the longest reigning royal houses of India, I got to know that there was not a single book that encapsulated this entire period, written in one concise, comprehensive manner. And again, one of the banes of Indian historiography, where the south of the Vindhyas is hardly given a place in national discourse, like the Northeast and so many other parts of India don't figure significantly in the history of India. Even the Wodeyars, I don't remember reading about them in school at all, despite, as I said, they being like the Ahoms, one of the longest reigning royal houses of India. So that's when people advised me that you've gathered so much, so why don't you put this all together in the form of a book? And in 2008, almost, close to 15 years earlier, we came out with my first book, Splendors of Royal Mysore, the untold story of the Wodeyars. It was an untold story because no one had bothered to tell it before that. So that's how the whole foray into writing, into historiography began, very, very accidentally, as a happy accident.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.